Welcome back to the Hades 32 Heat series, where we're clearing Hades at 32 Heat with every weapon, every aspect, and a couple fun challenge runs. Today we are going to be doing a rail build. I know that we've got Dark Thirst on the bow, but I just did a couple bow runs, and looking outside, it looks like we're being offered a boon that gives us bonus special. If I was going to do a bow run at this point, already having done Chiron and Rama, I would either want cast or attack. And if I'm going cast with Hera, I'd want it to be probably a higher rarity. So we're going to do a special build instead with the rail. We have not done a rail clear yet, and it's really, we haven't done rail or sword on this series yet. So if I'm going to do a build today, I want it to be one of those two. And when it comes to special, the rail is where it's at. So there are a couple different special builds we can do with the rail. Hestia, Zagreus, and one of our Lucifer builds is going to be focused on attack. Eris is at least partially focused on special, but the problem with Eris is that I would rather start with a hammer than a boon, if possible, because there are some hammers that I would say Eris relies on to really be fully effective. Honestly, Eris is one of my least favorite aspects, just in general. So I'm not really looking forward to that one. I kind of want to put it off if I can. I'm just not very good with it, to be honest. Sorry, 1 second here. There's some noise going on outside. There we go. Hopefully that worked. Let me actually just double check, make sure. Yes, okay, we're good. All right. Now, the other build we can do, there it is, okay, is a Lucifer special build. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a Hellfire blast damage build. Now, the Hellfire blast damage, typically when I see Lucifer builds, probably the most common one that I see is the Super Soaker build, which will eventually do that one as well. The nice thing about the Hellfire blast damage is that it actually is affected by your special damage. So for example, if I drop one of these and I detonate it, that does 100 damage. But if I increase my special damage, let's say with the Shattered Shackle for example, and I launch that and detonate it, it does 200 damage. So percentage increases for special will not just increase the radiation damage, but also the actual detonation damage as well. So we want to focus on Athena, because what will happen is when we drop these orbs, they will basically deflect anything that flies within their radius. So we can basically create deflection shields on the ground around us. And when they detonate, they will create a rather large focused explosion. And if we can increase the damage of that significantly, it will really help. So we're going to do an Athena, Lucifer, Hellfire build. The only thing that we really need for this is, I would say, God's Pride over God's Legacy. Because we're not really going to be going for any legendary or duo boons, but we do want some high rarity boons along the way. Although actually there's probably one more thing we should switch as well. Let's actually, for a change, we're going to go with Fated Persuasion instead of Fated Authority. And the reason why is because there is a Hermes boon that we are going to want for sure, and we want it to be at as high rarity as possible. And if we don't get it, it's going to make this build a lot slower. So what are we going to want to do with this? I think this build can be quite slow. So I think we want to turn tight deadline down a bit. But we probably don't want damage control. Instead, I think we will actually turn up Underworld Customs. And that'll keep us at 32 heat. The reason for this is that there's really only 2 boons that we need. Everything else is just extra. So as long as we have 1 extra boon leaving each Underworld region, we can purge that and we'll be fine. So yeah, we'll go with Underworld Customs. Tight deadline down to 9 minutes, damage control off, and let's go. Now, this build can be somewhat hammer dependent. There's one hammer in particular we're going to be looking for, but if we don't get it, it's not a huge deal as long as we get the proper Hermes boon at a decent rarity. Okay, and we got Divine Flourish at epic rarity. That's perfect. We'll already deal double damage with our Divine Flourish here, with our Hellfire Burst. Now, the thing about this build, we don't necessarily have to focus exclusively on the special. Once we get the right hammers, we probably will. But essentially, yeah, we're just going to drop these Hellfire balls and then run away and let them do the work. Now, there is another kind of thing about the Hellfire that is worth mentioning, which is that when you drop 3, that is the limit for the amount of Hellfire orbs that can exist in a stage at any given time. So if you drop a 4th one, ooh, okay, we're being offered Artemis. I think we're going to take that. But if you drop a 4th ball, the first one of the 4 that you've dropped will detonate. That works especially well with the Daedalus Hammer Triple Bomb. Whoa, that was a little closer than I was comfortable with. So here, we've got 3. If I drop a 4th one, it detonates the first one, which by in turn detonates the remaining one if it's close enough to them. So really, just by dropping enough of them, you can detonate them as you go. Now, the reason we took Artemis was pressure points would be very, very useful, but what we actually want is Deadly Reversal. Because Deadly Reversal, we're going to be deflecting so often that if we can get that bonus 20% crit chance for 2 seconds every time we deflect, it's going to be pretty effective. I think we'll go with Deadly Strike, and we'll probably purge that in between the Underworld regions. Oh, look at that, we got a hammer already. And hopefully we can get Deadly Reversal before we leave Tartarus. I'm not too hopeful on that, but you never know. Now, there is one more thing to keep in mind, particularly when it comes to the hammers and the Hermes boons that we're going to be going for, and that is that the order you take them in actually does matter. Okay, we did not get... No, we did not get Triple Bomb. Greater Inferno could be helpful, though, because it will increase the radius of our deflection fields. I don't think it actually affects the Hellfire Blast damage. I think it's just the radius, but... being able to deflect at a higher radius will be helpful. And it does increase the radiating damage quite significantly, so that's worthwhile as well. Now, the order that you take things in does actually matter. If you take Hermes Swift Flourish before you take Triple Bomb, if you then take Triple Bomb, that may actually... it may actually hurt the build, because what ends up happening is, I don't know if this is intentional, I don't know if it's a glitch, maybe it's even just in my head, I don't really know, but what seems to happen is that when you take Triple Bomb, it increases the delay between when you can fire volleys. You can fire 3 at once, but then the time between volleys is dramatically increased. Whereas Swift Flourish decreases the time between those volleys. If you take Swift Flourish and then Triple Bomb, it seems to negate the effects of Swift Flourish, but if you take Triple Bomb then Swift Flourish, you still get the three orbs volleying in a single burst, but the... Sorry, I'm not explaining this very well. The delay between them is still reduced with Swift Flourish. So because we did not get Triple Bomb, I kind of want to avoid Hermes for the time being. And see if we can get Triple Bomb and Elysium and then get Swift Flourish. But if we do end up getting Swift Flourish, then we just won't take Triple Bomb at all. And we'll go for Targeting System instead, or something of that nature. If we get a high enough rarity Swift Flourish, then Triple Bomb won't really matter as much. Okay, ooh. Well, we can't get the duo there, but you know what? We might be able to get Divine Dash, might be able to get Pressure Points, might be able to get Blinding Flash, not that that's terribly useful. Pressure Points, let's take that. With Pressure Points, It's not going to be a very high chance, but we at least do have a crit chance now. Jeez, actually the radiating damage is pretty powerful enough on its own, even without the detonation. But we will definitely still try to apply all of it if we can. Okay, now the shielding one with the high enemy count is not great. And when you pair that with Artemis's, or Aphrodite's, Athena's, Japers, trial, this is a rough chamber. Okay, let's just try to take as many of these guys out as we can here. There we go, that's better. Got it. I think Heaven's Vengeance actually did most of the work for us there. Okay, Divine Dash, perfect. So far, really all we need. And you know what? I'm realizing we probably shouldn't have taken Divine Dash, because that will actually kind of do something that we don't want it to do. I can kind of explain as we go here. Give me a second, let me just check. Yeah, no. The problem with Divine Dash is because it's a dash that deals damage, it can detonate those orbs. Now that's not a bad thing until you realize that if you're trying to drop those orbs and get away from an enemy, and you're dashing across them and trying to put those orbs between you and the enemy as like a shield, well, you're going to end up destroying your own shield. That's kind of counterintuitive. Like that. I didn't want to detonate those that time. I was trying to dash through them and lure her through them. But that didn't really work. Okay, can we get the third one? Yes, and that did not do as much damage as I thought it would. Oh, there we go. Ugh, alright. Not the greatest start, not a terrible start though. We didn't get the hammer we wanted, but we might be okay. Okay, we will purge Heaven's Vengeance. We don't need that. I am tempted to purge Divine Dash, because I don't think we need that either. But we'll save that for once we get out of Asphodel. Okay, let's take the Adamant Arrowhead. Let's see if we can force Deadly Reversal. If we can, that'll make this whole run a lot stronger. Ooh, Epic Rarity Hermes. Potentially. With an Arabescate. Let's go for it. Let's try it. Let's go for the Hermes Arabescate. If we get Epic Rarity Swift Flourish, this is the best chance we'll have to do that. And it'll make this run a lot better. Oh no. Okay. Laser beams. Okay. Divine Dash actually may have just saved us there. Okay, we're good. We got it. And what do we got? What do we got? Okay, let's try a reroll.
How about a different set of choices then?
We're gonna do it again. That is not great. That's really not great. Okay, greater evasion. Eurydice. Let's go for the increased rarity on the next few boons. See if we can get Deadly Reversal. See if we can get a better Swift Strike or Swift Flourish.
Sounds good. No problem.
Bye.
Well, see ya.
I think what we'll do now, though, now that we've taken at least one Hermes boon, we will wait until Elysium, if possible. We'll wait till Elysium to take another Hermes boon, and see if we can get another Daedalus Hammer and get Triple Bomb instead, and get that first.
I'll take it. What's for sale?
Nothing there. Okay. Yeah, we'll take Artemis. See if this will open up the door to Deadly Reversal. With the Nectar and all the prerequisites we have, I'm really hopeful that it will, but no guarantee here. Let's drop a couple of these right now and see if we can Ready, now. That, I don't think fully hit it. The deflection is nice though, because now these Inferno Bombers and Burn Flingers aren't really able to do much to hurt us, because we're deflecting more than they're attacking. There we go, okay.
In the name of Hades.
No deadly reversal, okay. You know what, we've got it, let's try a reroll.
Something else.
Really? Dang it, okay. Hunter's Mark, I guess. This is where I wish I could reroll Room Awards. I don't want Demeter, honestly. Because now this is just going to waste another Nectar for something that we don't need. This is why I like Fated Authority. Again, it's not necessarily that it helps me get what I want, it's that it helps me avoid the things that I don't want, such as Demeter. And now we just used all our Fated Persuasion and got nothing for it. We didn't get Deadly Reversal, we didn't get Swift Flourish, and now we just gotta go through the rest of the run without being able to manipulate any of the chambers or rewards. I know that that Fated Authority is very powerful, or Fated Persuasion, I should say, is very powerful when used properly. I really don't like it. It's too... I wish you could get more, you know? Oh. We have the Nectar, we could go for Hermes. But I think, yeah, no, I'm gonna hold off.
Get me out of here.
See if we can get Triple Bomb first. I know Fated Persuasion is incredibly powerful, especially for certain types of boons or aspects, or trying to, you know, force getting what you want, but it's very restrictive. It feels like there needs to be more than just 4 in a run when it's maxed out like that, I feel like. Or, you know, reduce the penalty for re-rolling a boon twice. You know, if you're only gonna have 4 of those as compared to 8 Fated Persuasion or Fated Authorities, then make it so that you don't have to spend 3 to re-roll a boon twice. Just make it so that you only have to spend 2. You know, don't increase the cost every time you try. You know what, we'll go with the Chimera Jerky. No reason not to. We're not gonna buy a boon, so let's just take the palm while it's offered. What do we got? Pressure points, I guess.
Lerny, wonderful to see you once again.
What? Oh, okay, fine. Let's see if we can get these guys in a group.
Not now.
Okay, that one will detonate. There we go. Blow him up. Let's try to drop a couple of these here. That was the wrong place. Well, so far the only boons that we actually have that we need for this build are Divine Flourish, and maybe Pressure Points would be good, but really, if anything gets offered for us to purge that is not Divine Flourish, then we can get rid of it for the Underworld Chamber reward. Hunter's Mark is actually coming in handy though, because as soon as we get even just 1 of those crits from Pressure Points, we can massively increase our damage just by getting additional crits from Hunter's Mark. So that is helpful. It's not going to be as helpful against Hades, because there's a lot of situations where there is nothing else to crit except for those little skull things, his boiling blood skulls. But Okay, we don't need Snowburst.
Be
It,
needing that.
you know, it can detonate the orbs. It can potentially give us,
Could try a different one.
yeah, it can detonate the orbs. It can potentially give us, trying to think of the word here, privileged status, but only if we have blinding flash, which we don't yet. Let's take the cosmic egg, because if we do come across a chaos gate, we could maybe try to go for a chaos flourish, which will increase our special damage even more. But right now, we're not getting pretty much anything we want with this run. We're getting some useful stuff, but none of what we're actually aiming for. But let's see what this hammer is. Oh, perfect. Splitters are easy to deal with this build. Triple bomb, perfect. Okay, we got that, and now let's see if we can go for swift flourish. So triple bomb will definitely help for things like detonating these a lot faster. Deploying these a lot faster. Yeah, that's just going to be a lot more powerful. Okay, pressure points. If it's Hermes, it is not. Okay. I kind of want to save the nectar for Hermes, but we took the cosmic egg, so we might as well take chaos. There's also no guarantee we're even going to come across Hermes throughout the rest of this region. We might need to wait for sticks for that. Backstab, boon rarity, bonus health. Okay, definitely don't want to face more foes. Dash range could really hurt us. Yeah, let's get some more health. We have 165 right now, so that'll put us over 200. Just gotta avoid some damage. And of course it's Zeus. Why Zeus?
I've been waiting for.
Okay. Ah, see, that's where I didn't want to detonate them, but Divine Dash kinda did it anyway. Okay, that's a little closer than I meant. Ah.
Stand down.
Till next time, sir. In the name of Hades.
Heaven's Vengeance, why not? Alright.
Good, come on in.
Who's next? Okay. There we go.
Charon's going to want
Alright, you want to read any? Nope. Okay, I'll take the Hydrolite, no reason not to. Ooh, well, Patroclus. I should have maybe looked at that first. Free chamber, we'll take it. And Hydrolite Gold. That'll basically fully heal us between here and the end of the chamber. Alright, let's go for Hermes, see if we can get Swift Flourish. Even if it's not at Epic Rarity, we'll try to just see what we get. Okay, not what we wanted. We'll take Greatest Reflex. That gives us some mobility. We'll take Athena, maybe go for Brilliant Riposte. Blinding Flash might be good, but we don't really have a second status to apply, so it's not going to be super useful. with the amount of deflecting we're doing, Brilliant Riposte could actually be really, really good.
Sounds good to me.
Even without Swift Flourish, just having Triple Bomb does make this a lot more deadly. But it would be nice to have Triple Bomb. Or Swift Flourish as well.
Easy. Olympus hikes and makes decent team.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Brilliant Riposte. Perfect. And an epic rarity at that. That will open the door to Divine Protection if we want it. We don't really, but you never know. It could come in handy. Alright, and we'll have to see if we get offered Hermes at any point. I'm not going to bother with... I'll take this.
For that.
Pressure points. Okay, there we go. I do want to save the rest of our roble for when we do get to Styx, in case we do get offered Hermes in the shop, because then we don't necessarily have to give up on the dream of Swift Flourish. Oh, I so wish we had Deadly Reversal right now. Kaboom. Ooh, didn't quite get him. There we go. Okay, he's done. Next is Theseus. This is going to be a little bit tough unless we can get him to sit still. Oh, just like that.
Not yet.
There we go. The projectiles are deflecting so much, it's just... Ay, ay, ay. Okay. And that should do it. Okay, we're actually doing better with this run than I thought we would be. We're actually making better time. Despite not finding almost anything that we wanted. We basically, the only thing that we got that we actually genuinely wanted with this build was Divine Flourish and Triple Bomb. Hunter's Mark has been helpful, but it's not really super required. We're actually going to purge Greater Evasion because we don't need that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so what do we want? Maybe Distant Memory, 30% bonus damage, but I don't really think that's going to make a huge difference, honestly. Oh, let's see what's in the shop here. I was hoping for maybe a Chimera Jerky or something, then we could do the Bone Hourglass. Broken Spear Point? Sure, why not? It'll maybe protect us from some of the poison in Styx, and give us a little bit of wiggle room if we do take some unfortunate hits from Hades.
Watch out,
Alright, let's see what's in the shop. Please be Hermes. It is Hermes! Okay, let's save up for that. In the meantime, look at that. We got Artemis here. Let's see if we can get Deadly Reversal. And we're going to call down Sisyphus for this, because that will give us some of the obol we need to get that boon from the shop. Might as well use it while we have it. $773, we need 900. Alright, Artemis.
Come forth, you tiny vermin.
Lovely, my favorite mini-boss. The most cowardly of them all. Actually, this is alright, because we've got such a large group of enemies. We'll be applying Hunter's Mark fairly frequently, so we may be able to actually do some critical explosions with this. And that would be great. Assuming he doesn't burrow underground for the whole duration of it. Come on. Really? Can you stop with that stupid burrowing attack? That does not help you, and it just slows me down. The only reason I hate the tiny vermin is not because it's particularly a dangerous mini-boss, but just because it's annoyingly slow. It tends to do this burrowing thing where it goes underground frequently, and it's like, well, okay, well, you're not hurting me by doing that, but it's just wasting my time. Oh, come on. Like, I can see it coming from a mile away. There's no reason to do that attack. It's just a waste of time. Okay. Deadly reversal. There we go. Okay. A little late. Really would have preferred to have that in the fight against Theseus, but it is what it is. Now let's check this.
I'll take this one.
Wow. Just really doesn't want to give it to me, hey? Okay. Greater haste, I guess? It doesn't really matter at this point. Nothing really matters at this point. We got Deadly Reversal at least, so that's nice. Oh, I really wish we could have gotten Swift Flourish. That would have made this a lot more fun. A lot faster. Yeah, just the delay between volleys is a little too long. There's ways to shorten it, but it's tricky to do. Don't need Heaven's Vengeance. Oh dear. What do we got? Hey, Chimera Jerky. Nice. Kind of just hoping we get an early Satyr sack at this point. I don't want to mess around with this anymore. I just kind of want to finish the run. Hey, look at that, we got it. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Let's put more points into pressure points. Okay, what can we buy from the shop? One more palm. Divine Flourish for another, what is that, 12%? That's pretty good. Yeah, let's go for that. Okay, so now our special with Divine Flourish palmed up to where it is, and the Chimera Jerky is doing about 200% bonus damage. So that means each of those detonations should do about 300 damage. And if we're using Triple Bomb and getting all three at once, that's 900 damage. If we can get 6, then that's 1800 damage per volley, or per explosion. That's pretty good. And then we do have pressure points at 8%, plus Deadly Reversal, so we may be able to get quite a few crits in as well. Let's wait for it. Now. Only problem with this build is Hades does not like to stand still, so it's going to be a little tricky to actually get him to stand within the detonation fields. We kind of have to detonate them a little bit early. But the nice thing is, because these are sort of like mortars and volleys, we can stand behind cover and still hit him, especially during his little Inferno attack where he does the super powerful laser beams, man. Oh, nope. That's not where I meant to fire. Here we go, this way, and now, there we go. The extra mobility from greater reflex is helping for sure. Ah! There we go. Got him. Now we don't have to worry about his minions. Now it's just him. He'll start doing that Greater Inferno attack, which will give us more opportunities to focus on him. Assuming we don't make stupid mistakes like that. Yeah, we'll just volley at him wherever we can. There we go. Down, boy. Get those volleys. I don't even know what we deflected there.
Not yet.
Gotta get it. There we go. Okay, round 3. We haven't even lost a Death Defiance yet. That's pretty great. And at this rate, we might not. Although I shouldn't speak too soon. Oh, okay, yep, spoke too soon. Whoa. Yeah, no need to be reckless. We'll still... There we go. Got him. Would have been a lot better with Swift Flourish, but we didn't get it. That's fine. We didn't need it. This is honestly a very, very safe build. If you can max out your Inferno blast damage, really all you need is Divine Flourish and Triple Bomb. Everything else speeds it up. Deadly Reversal really speeds it up. Pressure points as well. But if we're being honest, actually what we're looking at right here, this end screen, this is the build. But I'm going to rearrange the order here. So I would say it is Divine Flourish, Triple Bomb, Deadly Reversal, Pressure Points with the aspect of Lucifer. This is the build. Nothing overly complicated. Just keep firing your special. The Radiating Hellfire will deflect pretty much anything that crosses its path. That deflection will then give you that bonus crit chance, which just massively increases your damage. If you get Triple Bomb, you can deploy all 3 of them at once, and then once you do another deployment, it detonates them all. Anything that you can do to get that bonus crit chance is going to be helpful, so Pressure Points is very, very useful. And yeah, that's it. It is not a difficult build. I wish we could have gotten Swift Flourish. I would put that on this list instead of like maybe Pressure Points. But that's it. Nothing more to it than that. So, we'll leave it at that, and I will catch you next time.